Hello guys, welcome to another video of After Effects tutorials. My name is Mustafa Hesanpur. In this video, we are going to bring waters and pictures to life. So basically, we're going to create a flowing effect on the water and apply some cool effects on top as well. So with no further delay, let's go in After Effects and get started. As you can see, I have a picture of a river here. Let's say we want to put something in this river. Before doing that, we need to create a flow for this river and bring it to life. In order to achieve that, we need to take a few steps here and apply some techniques and effects. I will show them to you one by one, so pay attention and follow the steps closely. The first thing I want to do is to right-click here and create a new solid. Press OK. I need to add an effect on top of it. We can search for that effect from the Effects and Presets tab, or we can instead use the FX Console script and search for that effect. You can download this plugin from videocopilot.com for free. It will make your life a lot easier. When I have selected the layer, I press Ctrl Space to open the FX Console menu. I type fractal noise and apply it by pressing Enter. As you can see, we now have some noise in the scene. This is fractal noise. We need to make some adjustments in the settings menu for this effect. I want to create waves of water with this. Go to its transform and uncheck the option called uniform scaling. Then a little lower, reduce the scale height to 10. Now as you can see, the waves look a lot more like waves of the sea. Again a little lower, there is an option called evolution. It will change the pattern of these waves when you change it. The thing is, we don't really want to do this manually. This is where expressions come in handy. Expressions are codes in After Effects and they will help us automate our work. How are we going to use these expressions? First, you can see a stopwatch here. Hold down the Alt button and click on this option. The expression panel is now open here. Time will make the parameter increase as time passes, which is exactly that we need. There's more to the code. Write time multiply. The symbol for multiplying is the star here. You can write the star by holding down the Shift button and pressing 8 on the keyboard. This is the sign of multiply. Multiply time by 250. Click outside of this panel to apply this code. I set this to quarter mode to have a smoother preview. As you can see, the waves are now moving and it looks like ocean waves. Now move this solid and place it below the main picture. Let's move on to the rest of the effects we need to apply. I right-click here and make a new adjustment layer this time. Put the adjustment layer above the picture. Now we need an effect that is called Displacement Map. We want to use this effect to transfer the noise to the picture. Let's do that. We need to select the solid from the Layer tab. Then set the source on Effects and Masks. It will take the fractal noise effect from the solid. Then change this parameter from red and set it to luminance. There's another one that is set to green. Change this as well. Then set this max horizontal displacement to 150. As you can see, it is now using the fractal noise effect that we applied before. And set this one to 0. Now it is using the effect and applying it to our picture. The edges of the screen are getting this wide distortions. It's kinda ruining the picture. The edges of the picture are getting caught. To get the effects to match the picture fully and stop these edges from being created, we need to use another effect called Motion Tide. Search it and apply it. Then bring it and place it on top of that displacement effect and set the outside width to 150. It has widened it. You can set the height to 150 as well to make sure it doesn't happen again. Also make sure you check the mirror edges option. We are nearly finished. All that is left to do is to choose the area that we need for this effect. How can we select that area? Disable this adjustment layer for now. And then mask that area using the pen tool. This is how you do it. I click here and start drawing the mask. I want to select the edges of the water. This will help us to bring the image to life and create the water flow in it. Just like that. Now this is where the magic happens. Click here and enable the layer. And you can see that the flowing effect is applied to the water. The water is now moving and it looks like it has a flow. To make it more realistic, there are some extra steps that I will show you. First, open the mask layer that we just drew and go here and set feather value to 50. It will make the edge a little smoother and harder to notice the mask. It will make it look more realistic. We should add some more effects. I click here to minimize these effects that we already have. There's an effect called compound blur. Apply it and put it above the displacement map. We want to add some blur to the image. It will help make the work more natural. I think 20 is enough. No need to overdo it. There's another effect called curves. It will help us adjust the color, light, and these types of settings. I drag this part of the curve lower. It will darken the scene and make the image more realistic. The water effect now looks much better and much more realistic. Okay, now let's go on and put some more elements in the scene. I want to create a shining title that comes out of the water. It will be really cool as well. I create a text here and type light for it. I take it and place here on the water surface. Also set its anchor point on the center. Okay, let's go and play with this light title. Let's take it a little higher. I think it looks good here. The first effect that I want to add is the mirror effect. This mirror effect does exactly what its name suggests. It will create a duplicate of your layer, just like it is being reflected through a mirror. I go here and set the reflection angle to 90 degrees. Then click on the center option and set it under the title layer. This mirror effect was created easily. To make this reflection project on the water surface look real, we will need to use another effect. Select the title layer and add the linear vibe. Then increase this transition completion value. It looks like the text is being erased. Then change the angle of the vibe from 90 to 0. Let's decrease this to make it cover only half of the reflection. I do it manually. This looks good. Then we have this feather option. If you increase this, you can see that the layer starts to fade. So make sure you make these adjustments as well. That's it for this part. Another thing we want to do is to make this reflection also have that wave effect as it is coming out of the water. So go in the adjustment layer and copy these two effects that we added before, compound blur and displacement map. Hold down Ctrl and select them both. Then press Ctrl C to copy them, or simply right click here and select copy. Then go here on light text and paste them here. The effects are now applied here. Now both text and its reflection is faded, which is not what we want. We only want the reflection to be like this. Disable compound blur for now, or just disable them both. Now I draw another mask on my title. This time I do it using the rectangle tool. I draw a mask here around the title. Okay, now I enable the displacement effect. Go to the Effect tab inside the layer. When you select the layer, you can adjust the layer settings from inside the layer if you didn't know. Open the displacement map effect and go to compositing options. Click on this plus icon. This will remove the reflection from the effect. I want this to be the opposite, so we should change the mask mode. Set this to subtract, just like that. Now the effect is only affecting the unmasked parts of the layer. We should do the same process for compound blur. Enable it, go to Effects and select Compound Blur, then Compositing Options, and click on this plus icon. Really easy. We can now go here and reduce the blur amount. This is for the text, and we want it to be a little different. Or for example, I reduce the displacement amount for the text. See how it looks. I want the text to be more visible. You can do this however you like, and apply the wave effect to the text. I think these values look good. Let's move on. Now I want to make this text rise out of the water. That will be really cool. I want to introduce another effect to you here. Select the text and apply the transform effect to it. I take it and put it above all the effects. Here we have a parameter called position. If I change the position parameter, you can see that the effect I want is happening here. If you change the layer position, the mask will also move alongside it. So instead we use the transform effect to keep the mask in its place. Only the text will come out of the mask, and it will look as if it is coming out of the water. I go here and set a keyframe to it. Click on the position stopwatch. Select the layer and press U to see the keyframes here. Then in 2 seconds, I reduce the position value to take it back up. It goes up like this. Very easy. Now easy is the motion. Select the keyframes and press F9. This will make the movement smoother. Let's see it. See how good it looks now. Did you know you can do something this cool in After Effects? That's what makes learning After Effects so fun. Let's go and make it even cooler. There's another plugin called Deep Glow. What this plugin does is, it gives our text or objects a shiny effect. But it is a bit different from the basic glow that After Effects has. The glow it creates is much stronger. I select the layer and search it here. You can see the text glowing when I apply it. That is too strong. I go into settings and set its exposure to 0.1. Then go to tint and change the color. I want a yellowish color. Then change the mode from multiply to overlay. This looks better. You have to click the enable check here. You will see its effect when I click here. You can select a more intense color. Looks very good. So far so good. We can add some more effects as well. For example, you can enable the chromatic aberration. It will make it look a little better. These are tiny details. I want to make it a little less intense. 0.05 looks good. That's it. Now it looks really cool. It is very beautiful. You can, for example, have a picture of the moon and make it rise just like this. I think you should do that as an exercise after this video. Select the picture, add this glow to it, and make it come out of the water. That will be really cool. Okay, let's finish this work. There's another effect, or rather a preset, that will turn our picture into night. It is called Day for Night effect, and you can download it for free from videocopilot.com. To apply it, I right-click and add another adjustment layer. Put it below the text. Then go in the effects console and type Day for Night. If I apply that, see how cool it looks. Now this text is coming out of the water in the night time and showing its beautiful glow. At the same time, the water has a flow and it's moving. That sums up our tutorial. Now the cooler part of the video. You don't have to do this all over again. Simply save this project. And later, all you need to do is to replace the image. You ask how? Let me show you. I have another picture here. Drag and drop it above the pic 2. As you can see, all those effects are now applied to the new picture. All I did was replacing it. The important thing you need to keep in mind is that now the shape of the water is different. So I need to go back to the very first adjustment layer and change the mask layer. You can draw a new one or simply move these points around. Set them to the edges of the water to determine where you want the waves to appear in. I take it here manually. I can also add a new point using the pen tool and widen my mask. And just like that, I managed to create the same water effect for my new water image. It is really easy. You need to apply the effects and then save the project. And later, use the same effects for any picture that you want to have a flow of water. Simply replace the pictures and select the body of the water with a mask. Very easy and cool. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to leave thumbs up and comments. Also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.